What up though, fellas? Back at it again with another video. Cause we improving every day. Nah, excuse me if my face looks hella tired. My face feel like it's 1,000 pounds. I had a really long night last night, so just bear with me. But today, as you see by the title, we're gonna talk about very common thing when it comes to mating and dating, right? Very common. Guys complaining about how the only women they get choosing signals from is ugly women. The only chicks that's cooperative with them is 5s and 6s, right? They can't understand why they can't attract, the 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s. They can't understand why when they cold approach a 7, 8, 9, 10, that they aren't receptive to them, right? And you would think it's extremely simple to understand. You would think, it would just ring a bell in their own head, but apparently not. Guys think it's their mouthpiece, it's their game, it's their, it's the way they stand, and it's their lack of masculine frame, it's the way they talk. They think it's all these other things, right? They think it's the weather outside. It's very simple, bro. If you aren't attracting the women that you want, it's because you are not at that level to attract those women. It's very simple. You feel me? If you can't attract 7, 8s, 9s, 10s, that means that you do not look good enough to attract those 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s. If the 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s aren't cooperative to you when you cold approach them, that means that your energy, your aura, your masculinity, your confidence, your self-respect, and your looks, the whole package, is never just looks, it's never just confidence, it's an amalgamation of everything. All of that, it's not strong enough, it's not hitting her hard enough for her to want to be cooperative with you. Whereas on the other hand, if you look a certain way, if you an average looking dude, you can easily attract the 3s, 4s, and 5s. You can easily attract the ugly women, the women that you don't want. That's the one problem with choosing signals that I say. That's the one, not that I say, but that I see is what I meant. That's the one problem with choosing signals. Guys always talk about cold approach versus choosing signals. You're supposed to do everything. Everything is supposed to matter. But if you decide to take on this philosophy that you should only wait for choosing signals because you should only wait for a chick that has high interest in you, most guys are not going to get choosing signals from women that they want, at least on a consistent basis. But most guys are not going to get choosing signals from women they want because they just average looking dude. You feel me? You have to upgrade yourself into a higher tier man before you can get choosing signals from those 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s. That's the problem with the choosing signal thing. If we could just, if we could just attract any and every woman we wanted at our stock value, like without having to self-improve, without having to make any kind of improvements to ourselves, then just waiting on choosing signals would be, there would be no cold approach argument. It would be no reason to cold approach, because we would just attract any women that we want. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know that term. What's the term? Hypergamy. Y'all know that term. Women want to aim up. They want a dude that they can admire, that they have high regard for, that they have a lot of respect for. They want a man that when they're with that man, they in their ultimate feminine presence. So a 8 or a 9 is not going to experience that if they think you a 5 or a 6. You know what I'm saying? They not going to do that. They not going to feel like that if you walk up to them and you got nervous energy inside of you. You got ants in your pants. If you coming off a little thirsty. If everything that don't come out your mouth is not confident. They not going to be in their full feminine presence or essence. They not going to hold you in high regard. They not going to have a lot of respect for you. They not going to look up at you. They might literally look up at you because of height, but they not gonna look up at you in terms of an admirable standpoint. You feel me? So if you an average looking dude, you know, if it's clear that women think you a 4 or they think you a 5, you know what I'm saying? Then upgrade yourself physically. But you have to upgrade everything. But upgrading physically will get your foot in the door. Get in the gym, hold in on your nutrition, get your hygiene together, get your grooming together. Start dressing better. Wear clothes that enhance your silhouette. You understand me? That's gonna help get your foot in the door when it comes to choosing signals. Because when it comes to choosing signals, most of it has to do with them being attracted to you. So if they're not attracted to you, they're not gonna choose you. You understand me? Or if you cold approaching them and they're not attracted to you, you know, unless your masculine presence is A1, it's not gonna do it for them. You know, it's some guys out here, you know, shout out cousin T-Tar. There's some guys out here who could be called ugly, sexy players, you know, guys that women would consider ugly, but their masculine presence is so strong, their sexual confidence is so strong that it still pulls women in, even though women may think they ugly. That's not most guys, bro. That's not most ugly dudes. That's a very small pool of ugly guys. So if you want to attract them 8s, 9s, 10s, you need to become a 10. If you want choosing signals from them 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, you need to become a 10 physically. If you want to be able to cold approach them 7, 8s, 9s, 10s, you need to look like a 10 physically. You need to have your masculine presence on point. You need to have your confidence on point. You need to believe in yourself 100%. You can't have no self-doubt. You cannot be outcome dependent. You cannot be thirsty. You cannot come up to her with no hornball energy, because all that is nervous energy mixed with some sexual tension. You feel me? You can't walk up to her being concerned about if you being a simp. You can't walk up to her, you know, all this going through your head. If I say this, am I simping? If I say that, am I simping? If I say this, am I simping? Simping this, simping that. Let me remember what my red pill coach told me last night when I watched that one video on never validating women. What was the one thing that I heard when it came to never giving validation, blah, blah, blah. You can't be worried about none of that kind of stuff when you cold approaching them 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Even if they choosing you, you still gotta know what to say when you walk up to them. So even if an 8, let's say an 8, she choosing you real hard. You decide, you know, you about to go over and say something. You still have to know what to say. Your energy still has to be on point. Because there's plenty of dudes out here who you know, women think look very attractive, but they don't give them that right energy. They don't make them feel that certain kind of way that women like to feel when they talking to a man. You gotta have everything. That's why the whole looks conversation is stupid to me. Because yes, looks matter. But looks are not everything. But your looks definitely matter. So that's the topic for today, man. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Peace.